Yeah, just talk about development of the offense right now. Where do you feel like you guys are?
Well, we've started game planning a little bit more for Washington State. So, you know, it was the first day really of full pads and going out there and doing landmark things and, you know, really going over the game plan. So it was a little sloppy in terms of, you know, who's going to go in for certain situations and certain plays. But, you know, all in all, I think that we're really confident in the game plan that we have going in. And, you know, these next 2 weeks we're really going to focus on, you know, fine-tuning the little things.
Is that pretty exciting when you start that part of camp?
Yeah, it is. You know, we've started watching film. You know, tight ends, we come in and watch film, and H-backs and, you know, each position is starting to watch film. So, you know, now that we're kind of transitioning from, you know, beating ourselves up and going against our defense, we can look at Washington State and look forward to this season. And you know, I think everyone's really excited about that.
Were you kind of glad you guys didn't scrimmage today?
Do what?
Were you kind of glad you didn't have a big scrimmage today?
Yeah, a little bit. I was kind of glad that we got to kind of rest our bodies a little bit. And, you know, Coach said he was going to be smart with us. So that was a really good thing. And I think that, you know, going out there and doing red zone 7-on-7, doing 2-minute drill, fine-tuning those things, which are the things that we needed to emphasize just in case, you know, those situations happen. I think that was really good for us as a team. So, I was happy with it, and I think the team was also.
Can you kind of talk about the difference in the three quarterbacks?
In terms of, I guess,
Just how just their game.
You know, I think Jonathan knows the game, or knows, I think, all the protections and things, just because, I mean, he had a year, I guess, in college, so, you know, he kind of knew what the schemes were. I mean, it's a little different, but, you know, so he kind of has that grasp down. Nick and Jeremy, you know, they're kind of rusty with, you know, the offense in general, just because, you know, they're not familiar with Coach Malzahn in the offense. However, you know, they make plays with their legs, and, you know, they have the ability to, you know, extend the play. And, you know, I think all three of them have that. But I mean, I think they all have kind of their different niche. And, you know, Jay Wall would be, you know, a more cerebral guy, I think, just because he knows the offense. And Nick and Jeremy, like I said, they can extend the play a little bit better.
You and Kyle are pretty close. Did you and him talk about his move to safety?
Yeah, we talked about it after the fact, really, because we had meetings and stuff, and I saw him later that night, and he told me about his decision, and kind of like that's all he said. And the next few days, we started talking about it, and you know, he wants to help the team, and I think, you know, like the coach has said, you know, that's really big on his part, and you know, he manned up and did that, and, you know, now we give him kind of a hard time because on the opposite side of the ball, when he's one-on-one, I tell him I'm going to beat him. But, you know, I think he handled himself and, you know, the situation really well, given that's what he wanted to do. So.
Have you blocked and recovered him? Has he covered you or you blocked him?
Yeah, he tried to cover me once. I had to catch it on him, and, you know, I had to pat him on the butt, tell him, you know, it's not going to happen. He's not going to cover me on that. And so that was pretty fun.
Other than covering you, how does he kind of look back there?
I think it looks really well, just because, you know, he's a quarterback, so he knows kind of a scheme. You know, if something's coming in, something's probably going out. So he kind of, you know, is able to adapt on that. And, you know, they said in scout team, you know, he knows our play. So we were kind of like, all right, well, we're not going to be able to really run anything on him. But they said that he's really starting to pick up the defense really well. And he's probably going to be a pretty big-time threat for them. So looking forward to seeing what he can do.
How much does it help?
How much you saw him more than anybody last year? How hard was last year for you?
It was pretty hard for all of us. So I don't really know. I mean, he was my roommate, but we kind of talked about the game plan and kind of put it to rest. So I don't really know. It was hard for all of us.
Are y'all still roommates?
Yes, sir, we are.
As an offense, particularly as receivers, how much has it helped you guys to when the quarterback situation got narrowed down to a couple? I mean, does that help to start building some timing, some of those things?
Yeah, I think it does. You know, obviously we're going to go ahead and do whatever the coach says with that, but yeah, I think once we start narrowing it down, it's definitely going to help out a lot. Just because, I mean, we know how each quarterback throws and the timing, so you know, having that quarterback narrow position, you know, we'll be able to say, all right, well, on this route, we know where the ball's going to be, how fast we're going to get there, things like that. So I think that'll help.
You hear a lot of stuff about Nick Marshall, but describe his athleticism for people that haven't had a chance to see him that will.
Um, I kind of knew Nick coming out of high school because we went out together, and he was from Georgia, and kind of like watched his highlights for basketball and knew that he was athletic as anything. Him coming here and showing how athletic he is and how fast he is and his ability to, extend the play and make things happen with his legs it's something you just have to watch because you can't really, I don't know, you can't really say like, all right, well, the defensive end would have tackled him. Probably not. He probably would have ran out, and he's a blazing guy. So it's something kind of special.
Everybody good?